So we have a birthday party to go to, and this is the present that I've done. I've done this for a few people before. I don't know, I think it's a good idea. So you get these containers, which I've shared many times before. These are the Systema like containers from Woolies that have the sectioned top. So they're a really good activity container, Play-Doh container, whatever. So what I've done is do a construction zone, and I've done a whole heap of gold, silver and black chickpeas. So you just do that with paint. And then I've got our construction vehicles, some in the bottom, and I've put a few in the top. And then I've made some signs up with some, you just print them out, laminate them, hot glue them to a paddle pop stick or a craft stick, whatever you want to call it. And then I put in some stones and a bit of kinetic sand, and that's the play thing, the play activity kit, I guess, that I've put together. So the idea is that it's a one-stop shop. So that's all that they need to play. So you play in the container. So, I don't know. That's what I've done. Done it a few times now for a few different people. I don't know. Can I say I don't know any more times? I think it's a good idea.
Chickpeas are a really great dry sensory base because they keep for years and years. If you keep them in a sealed container and you don't get them wet, then there's literally no reason that you can't use them over and over again. Obviously, because of the way that we're making them with some paint and also their size, they're not taste safe. So I wouldn't be giving this to young children, but this was for a 6-year-old who had no younger siblings in the household. So I feel like that's perfectly fine. So all you need to do to make them coloured is put them in a little Ziploc bag or a container, put in a squirt of whatever paint, like it could be kids washable paint, acrylic paint, whatever you've got, and give it a good shake around and let it dry on baking paper. So it really only takes like 10 to 15 minutes for them to dry. It's really quite a quick thing. I did this the morning of the birthday party. It was that quick. Because I do have myself a Cricut machine, which is super handy. I made a little label for it, but that's clearly not a necessity if you don't have a Cricut. And then assemble. So I used 1 kilo of dried chickpeas. You can get a packet of those from Woolworths, I believe around $3, $3.75, something like that. It looks like a lot. That's all it is the one bag of the 1 kilo. And mix them all together. How good do the colours look? I'm so impressed. And this is obviously a construction themed kit. So I've got some construction vehicles and they are also from Woolworths. This was a $10 5-pack. You can also get them from like Big W. Kmart have their own version. They're obviously not quite as good quality, but definitely serve the purpose. And then I've put in some rocks, some kinetic sand, and then I've made some little signs up. You just print and laminate them, like I said in the intro, etc. And it's all together in one spot. So that's how I put it together, and I feel like it's a worthwhile gift.